This is UBL TV. This is your host, Kenneth Thompson, and I'm coming to you today. We're speaking to a young lady who just had the great experience of being at Rio De Janeiro in the Olympics. So I want her to introduce herself and, tell us a story about how everything led up to her becoming an Olympian.
So, my name is Femita Ayanbeku. I am 24 years old. I was in a car accident when I was 11 years old, so about 13 years ago. My right leg below the knee was amputated. From then, I just went to school, did regular things. My freshman year of high school, I played basketball for 2 months. I tried it out, and it was very uncomfortable. I had a walking leg at the time, and running in a walking leg is just like terrible. So I stopped. So I played for about 2 months, and then I stopped. And then from then, I graduated high school, and then I went to college at American International College. I got my bachelor's degree in interdepartmental science. So after I finished college, I actually started a nonprofit organization called Limitless Creations Incorporated. So that was incorporated last year. So last year I was working on that and, just trying to build a brand and do all that type of stuff. And in October, the end of October of last year, I went to a clinic, an OSER running and mobility clinic, to teach amputees how to run. So I go to the clinic, and OSER is a prosthetic company. They make prosthetics for amputees. OSER and the Challenged Athletes Foundation ended up donating a running blade to me at the clinic, which was unbelievable to me. So, I never thought I would run. So, they donated the leg to me, and I was just like completely shocked. So, they taught me how to run, just gave us like the foundation and everything like that. And I was so excited, and I met another Paralympian there. His name is Jerome Singleton. And he was like, oh, you look really comfortable on the blade. Is this your first time ever running? And I'm like, yeah, but, I want to find a running group in Boston, something that I could participate in, because I just want to use it. And he was like, oh, you can come to the Reggie Lewis Center. I train over there, just come and, try the leg out. So I went there, and I just completely fell in love with running. So I started training with him 4 days a week since then. And then, over the summer, I did a few local meets and everything. And him and my coach were like, you're pretty good. You should go to trials and, see what happens. So I went to trials, and I actually ended up winning first place in the 100. So I am the national champion for the women's T44 100 for the U.S., and I got second place in the 200.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, going back a little further, explain the Limitless Creations Incorporated. Tell me a little bit more about that.
So when I first had my accident, I never had other amputees to talk to or to be around or anything like that. So ever since I was a little girl, I've always just wanted a tighter amputee community, So I did things like support groups, or I'd try to find events that were going on where I would find other amputees. And it was just always so hard. So I started my organization to create a tighter amputee community. The ultimate goal is to open up a center in the New England area where amputees can just come together. There'll be different types of activities and, support groups and stuff like that, but on a more daily basis.
Okay, now if anybody wanted to get in touch with you as far as the Limitless Creatives, Incorporated, how would they do that?
Right now, my website is currently down right now, which is terrible, but I have Facebook and we have Instagram, and yeah, you can look it up, and all my information is there, so if anybody wanted to get in direct contact with me, they could. But unfortunately, since I started running, that kind of has been on hold. I don't
taking
know
up a lot of your time, yeah. I can understand that. Tell us a little bit about your accomplishments. I see some numbers there with the 100 and the 200 there, as far as the world.
Yeah. So I am the sixth. I'm ranked sixth for the 200 in the world, and 12th for the 100. I'll take it, but
Hey, that's the world. That's not just like your town or whatever. That's the world.
Right.
That says a lot, you know.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that word Paralympian? I'd rather just call you an Olympian. I don't like to put people in a box with the Paralympian thing. I'd rather call you an Olympian because that's what you are. I mean, you were the Olympic stage. You performed on the Olympic stage, so you're an Olympian.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that word?
I think I personally don't mind it, only because how can I say this without seeming?
Just say how you feel. Say how you feel. Say how you feel.
I think it properly describes, the two, and because people, even this summer when people found out that I was going to Rio, after the Olympics went on, I had people coming up to me like, "Oh, I didn't see you on there." I'm like, well, it's the Paralympics, not the Olympics.
Right.
Everything has its divisions and for their own reasons. So I think it properly describes us, just to separate the two.
I noticed that there's different qualifications. What are those? I started to notice about a level this, level that, especially when I was watching basketball. Because I have a friend, he's a professional basketball player. He's wheelchair bound.
Right.
So I kept hearing all the different classifications. What are those? What is that about? The different classifications.
So I probably should have said that in the beginning also too.
Oh, no problem.
So I'm a T44, which is a single below the knee. And so all the different classifications just describes everybody's specialty. So there's like the T43s and the T44s. T43s are double amputees. Yeah, so if you've seen any of my races, we have the T43s and the T44s racing together, which also has been a big dilemma in the Paralympic world. But so it just describes all the different classifications. I'm honestly still trying to learn them myself.
Okay.
World, but I know a few of them. But yeah, it just describes everybody.
Where would you like to see in probably the next 10 years? Where would you put yourself as far as being a Paralympian? What do you see yourself doing? Do you see gold in your future for the next Paralympics?
Oh, absolutely. And I'm a big shooter because I went in there expecting gold, and unfortunately I was like, maybe I'll accept silver. And to a lot of people it seemed crazy because I literally just learned how to run less than a year ago.
Right. That's another thing I read too. I'm like, what? She just started doing this, and she's already 6th and 12th in the world.
Right.
I'm like, wow. Imagine if she really had some really a lot of time to really put into practice. Now what?
Exactly.
So you have nothing but upside for it. Okay.
Yes.
Is there anything else you would like our viewers to know about you? And what are your future plans as far as you're continuing to run and train? What's a normal training day for you?
I train 4 days a week.
Okay. And what does that consist of?
Depending on what day it is, because I also lift twice a week.
Okay.
So I work also. So I'll get out of work, go to practice. We do a warm up, and then we stretch, and then my coach will give us a workout for the day. And he'll watch us and critique our form and just keep track of all that stuff. It usually takes about 1.5 to 2 hours.
Okay. Do they have you get in the water as far as like for therapy and everything?
We're gonna start doing some water workouts.
Okay.
I have gotten in the water, but it's not an official part of my plan, but we're gonna try to work that in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I won't take up any more of your time. I just wanted to really talk to you and just, see where you're coming from as far as being a Paralympian and the fact that you actually went to Rio de Janeiro and performed in the Olympics, and you're 6th and 12th in the world. So, I mean, I'm privileged to talk to you. Is there anything out there that you want to tell our young kids as far as, overcoming obstacles? Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I think, the whole point of my organization is so that people can understand, life puts us, we get into certain situations in life, and you can either dwell in it or you can overcome it. And I think even just with the whole Paralympic movement, it's a beautiful thing, just because, people tell me all the time, oh, I could never run like that. And I'm like, if I can do it, I'm pretty sure you absolutely can do it, and not to make it seem like what I'm doing is any harder than anybody, but I think it just takes a certain type of determination and perseverance and consistency to somebody's work ethic and just what they're actually going for them to continue. And I think for kids to see me and just to see the whole Paralympic movement, I think it should be motivating to them to know that, no matter what circumstances come up in your life, if you want to do something, all you have to do is go for it.
Okay. Well, I need to hear your name one more time, young lady, so I can get this right. I do not want to mess up your name and get in trouble.
Femita.
Femita. Okay.
Ayanbeku.
Say the last name again. Ayanbeku.
Ayanbeku.
Ayanbeku. Okay. Femita Ayanbeku. Okay.
Yes.
Well, thank you, Femita, for your time. I appreciate it. This is UBL TV signing off. Have a blessed day.
Thank you. You too.